Okay, everyone, hang in there. Okay. I think we got that all fixed now. Let's start this over again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Madman Cafe. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to all. We apologize for that. I don't know what the hell happened. We were good. It just went crazy. The whole system went out on me. Hang on 1 second here. Let me just make sure we are going good on everybody here. Oh, boy. Okay, let's check Rumble. Are we over at Rumble? Yes, we are. Yes, we're already there. And we're back on there. Oh, my God. Oh, that's a first, ladies and gentlemen. That's a first. Right here on CutieCast TV. I mean, what happened was we had the stream all ready to go. Stream was going fine. As soon as we got out of the opening, we were supposed to go into that music, which you heard, that nice little background music there. Let me play it again down there. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Put that back in there, around there. And basically, that's how we're supposed to start the show. But you see, it just literally crashed. Everything started not to work, and it just errors just kept coming up on the screen. And I couldn't even switch out. I couldn't even switch screens, which was the most important thing because we have announcements on this edition. This is why we're doing it, because I'm the last one in the long list of line of shows that basically we have an announcement. We'll bring that a little bit later because what we're doing is we're doing a collaboration with Sci-Fi Snob, tabletop gaming, Sci-Fi for me, and of course CutieCast TV. And it is according to the Babylon 5 retrospective. We're going to have a special edition coming up. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So it is the 26th outside. It is beginning to snow. We are in a winter winter effect now. We're in warnings here in New York City. We expect at least, 8 to 9 inches, supposedly, maybe a foot of snow, depending on where you are in New York. So, ladies and gentlemen, batten down the hatches. Hopefully, my wife is on her way home right now. I know there are delays on the transit systems, as usual. And basically, it's another day in New York, I should say. But also, it's the day after Christmas, or as I put it to the point that whether it was Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or the day before Christmas, the 26th is the worst as far as going to the department stores day it is. Do you know why? Yes, if you haven't figured it out yet, ladies and gentlemen, returns. That's right. Return, ladies and gentlemen. And telling you from experience, it is the worst day, for an employee out there for any retail store. Treat them real nice out there. If you're out there, if you're still out there shopping, you're listening to this, treat them nice. Over the weekend, especially, they've worked hard to make sure to keep that store, tight, make sure everything is in order for you. And, you want to make sure that, everything is running for you, I mean, I saw a story. I don't know which supermarket it was, but what happened was their computers went down this week. I don't know what day it was. It was right before Christmas. And what happened was the store decided to do this. They made an announcement that basically they were going to, they tell you the computers are down. They apologize on there. What they're going to do is bag everything up and let people go and say, "Listen, Merry Christmas. That's a Christmas gift from the store to you for being a great shopper. We don't want to hold on to you. We don't know we're going to get our computer systems back up online. So what we're doing is we're shutting down for now till we get everything back online, and we're going to let you take your what you're shopping for home with you. Don't worry about paying for it. It's on us today." And that's a good way to do it. That's how you promote, good customer service in this business, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Good customer service on there. And I know we got a couple of people out there watching on there. If you haven't yet, like, share, subscribe. We really do appreciate it onto there. Oh, and also don't forget that basically we do have merch shop. Unfortunately, right now you won't get it until well after Christmas if you're ordering anything right now. But the 15% off is still going. Frosty 15 is still available for you till the 31st. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen, until you got until the 31st to use that. That'll be the last time this year you'll be able to get the 15% off. And we're still fully stocked. So as far as I know, they haven't run out of anything yet. They haven't told me they've run out of anything. So we're still good. That's some good music, I tell you. That's it. We get this from a company for us that takes that. Let's take this down. Let's take that down. But oh wow. But getting back to retail, it is to the point that here's the problem with the 26th of December. You got people out there that have decided, well, I got a lot of junk in my closet. I think it's time to empty out my closet and take it back to the store because I don't need it. I didn't use it. I might have worn it once, or I've worn it a couple of times. I don't need it anymore. So I'm going to take advantage of the situation of their return policy and bring it back. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. This happens. Okay. Don't believe me? Ask anybody who has worked in retail, anyone, and they'll tell you. There was we talked about this. What was it about the last man? Yeah, it was the last Man Cafe. Who was it? Outpost brought up, the story of the tire that department store took back a tire they didn't even sell, and I know the story. I know the story very well. It happened to be Abraham and Strauss. If you not familiar with Abraham and Strauss was one of the old ones from New York City. It's no longer around, sadly. It was a great store, great company on there. But when I went to go work for them, that was the story they told me. That was the story when I was hired. They said, you do your returns, and they explain, we take back everything. And that was A&S back in the day. They took back everything. Even if they didn't sell it, if they didn't sold it, to that point, they would take it back. They promote it, even if they gave it back a couple bucks. Figure that. Figure that. Now the chair's going off all wobbly on me. Um, and it's funny. It is funny that you get to hear that a company that will tell you they will tell you that basically, hey, we'll take back anything. We'll take it back, no problem whatsoever. But see, that was the problem. That was the problem then. They sort of like spoiled a lot of the people. Because in my time in the retail business, I've seen some shit that you just would just make you vomit. It just truly, truly will make you vomit. And you get everything that comes back on you. I know I can remember one specifically, and the woman would not stop arguing about it. And and I was nice about it. And I was really, really nice about it. And um, this what when you look at department stores now, all companies have their own house brand. From store to store to store, they have their own house brand. That house brand is not sold in other stores other than that particular company. You get one item is in this company, this other in the other. You might have the same similar clothing line, but under different labeling. But it's not really the same because basically it is manufactured just for one. Like Macy's has their own, J.C. Penney has their own, Kohl's has their own. For example, you have Kohl's. You got Simply Vera Wang. Simply Vera Wang is exclusive at Kohl's. You cannot get that in Macy's. You cannot get that in Saks Fifth Avenue. That has always been a situation, and I'm talking Simply Vera Wang. I'm not talking about the standard Vera Wang stuff. Simply is made only for Kohl's. Now, getting back to that story, this woman came in and she had purchased this particular item and was returning it, and she was returning it to us. And it was a product that was a product from Macy's. It was forgot what brand it was, but it was their house brand. And obviously, working for the company at that time, Federated Department Stores, I knew a lot of their brands and stuff like that. I had told the woman, I said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. I think you're mistaken that you bought it here. There's no way you could have bought this here. This happens to be a product we do not carry." I said, "Of course I brought it here. I took it out of your clearance rack. I want to get." I said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. There is no way that you could have bought this. I could pump because the numbers are UPC numbers, but are they're etched into the clothing these days. If you ever look at your clothing, most clothing these days, you could see that there is a UPC number in there. That's to help along. If someone doesn't have the receipt, there's the UPC number. You can bring it in up in the computer, find out what it's costing right now." And I said, "Ma'am, here, look, I'll type it in there. Not in our system. My manager comes over and says, "Listen, ma'am, this is a Macy's product. I know it's a Macy's product. It is, I'm sorry on there. If you have a receipt that reflects this item, this UPC code, we will gladly return it. But I do not think you will find a receipt to that point. But if you do, we will gladly accept it." And the thing is that she went off, huffing and puffing, but this is constant. This is constantly going on, ladies and gentlemen. On a day like this, these guys are working hard in the returns and stuff like that. And like I said, people empty out their closets, and we're using the computers all the time because it's basically we're sitting there. People will bring back stuff that is ours, and they they bought it like a year ago or 2 years ago, and at points there's no value. The closest we can get to is like $2. $2. Like you're gonna take two back, $2, and there's some people greedy enough to take it. They are greedy enough to take that, to that point. And oh man, it's gonna be one of those days. That's when you see stuff like that. It's gonna be one of those days. Someone brings all this, and some of them brings them in bags. The worst part is some of it not laundered. Do you know what's the worst department to work for in the department store chain? Can you guess? Lingerie. From a technical aspect, understand it, from a health code aspect, a lot of these stores shouldn't be taking back these underwear, especially when they're soiled. It's the same thing like with a toilet seat. If the toilet seat's been installed, you can't take it back. Yeah, because it's a health issue. Now, I don't know if they've changed the laws in the last couple of years, but a lot of these stores have just bit the bullet and just taken it and just inventoried it and tossed it. Write it off to the person. But the thing about it is, that's the most disgusting. Think about that for a minute, because there are people that are totally disgusting that will return a soiled pair of undies. And you say, "What about the kids department? What about the men's?" And it happens, but no offense, ladies, it happens more in that department more than any of the other departments. How do I know this? Because I've seen it. I've done inventory in some of these departments, and luckily I haven't had to do it. But yeah, they put that off to the side in one box for inventory, and someone has to luckily have to do that before they can toss it. And that's the thing. And that's the thing is that they hang on to it to the beginning of the year. When you hit it to the beginning of the year, hold on one second here. Make sure we're good here. Okay. When we get into the beginning of the year, we're already doing the inventory. So it's not staying, it's only staying there a couple of days in that box. Oh boy. It's just stretching out here, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day for me. Even though I haven't been really doing much today other than just rewiring some things. That's probably why my live stream went out. It's probably some of the wiring because we're trying to boost the Wi-Fi in here. But no, other than that, I had a nice Christmas. I hope you guys had a nice Christmas out there. In fact, let me show you this. This is what I got for Christmas this year. My wife got me this. If you haven't seen this yet, this is the Atari uh, Game Station Go. If I believe that's the name on there. It's by My Arcade, and it is a real nice. Let me tell you something. It's a nice big 7-inch screen. This is a nice piece of hardware. If you want to get something really good, you like the classic arcade stuff video games like Asteroids, Pac-Man, and all that. They're or the old 2600 games, the 5800, the 7800 games. That's all in here. Yeah, that's right. It is all in this little unit. You got about 200 games. You have the ability to add more games on a little SD card. I know they've done some adjustments where some games may not work properly on there, but most of all, you can dump more games into the system, and supposedly they're going to, because this is Wi-Fi able for updates. You should be able to. Ooh, excuse me. You should be able to add more games down the line if my arcade gets approval for it. The only thing I don't like is the speakers. The speakers are a little weak, but hey, listen, I don't want it that loud, but if I also this plugs into a television. You can plug this into a television. You can buy the old fashioned Atari game controllers and hook it up to this and use it on a big TV screen, and it will work well because most of the stuff has been updated to current levels. For you be able to play it on a regular TV. And I had a lot of fun. I mean, I'm a Tempest player because you have Tempest on here, and then you have Agent X, which is technically Cloak and Dagger. If you ever see the movie Cloak and Dagger, that game that they play in the movie, it is an actual game called Agent X. I was playing that the other day, but I played Tempest. Asteroids is in here. Oh, different versions of Asteroids, different versions of Pac-Man. You have like Atari 2600 Pac-Man. You got regular Pac-Man, and then there's like a recharge version. There's also some other companies in there, Pix and something else in there, that on there, but it's like 200 games. Uh, the suggested retail on this is about 180. You can still get it. It's still available. Surprisingly, it's still in stock. I don't think anyone caught on to this. This is a great gift for anyone who's a video game enthusiast. They like the old school stuff. Uh, get one of these. I tell you, it is well worth it. I mean, for the price point and everything. And the thing is, if you look on the left hand side, you don't see it under the thumb, but there is a roller underneath that thumb. So, like if you're doing missile command and stuff like that, you have the options. Like the roller, you can use it for Tempest. Down below, you got the set in the middle. You got the standard track. The left, right, up, down on there, and below you have a roller ball. Well, you use that missile command, which there's missile command is in here in different versions of it. And hang on one second, let me just check one thing as we're going on here, because I know I had to send out new stream units on there, because I don't know if anybody's going to show up. I know Death Angel Shadow. Hey, if you're watching, hi. I know he's working out there today, so I was talking to him earlier before the stream. He said he was not going to be able to make it. I know Outpost said he might be in the chat. He wasn't certain on there. Snob said he was going to try to make it on there. I didn't hear from Cam, and I didn't hear from Jason. So I don't know if any of them going to show. I also extended a. Oh, good thing I remember there. Hold on 1 minute. Let me resend that invitation. Hold on a second, because I also sent it out to Culture. So let me see. Hold on a minute. Let's see here. There we go. I knew I was forgetting somebody. No, I'd send it out and then resend the links to everybody. So basically, they have all the new links to us. All the new streaming sites on there. I'm just checking, make sure everybody's going good. Which so far everybody's doing good. In fact, let me check. For those of you on X, thank you. Welcome aboard. I know there's someone else watching out there. Also over on Rumble, welcome aboard as well. Let's see. Hang on one second. There, let's get back there. And I thought somebody was coming in. Okay. Oops. There we go. But yeah, like I was saying, the Atari Game Station Go, about 180 bucks. It is worth it. It is worth the money. It's worth the money onto there. I was having so much fun till the battery went till the battery went almost out. I said, "Oh, I gotta recharge it." So I had a lot of fun. So okay, and what else is going on? What else? The insanity. You know, I'm sorry. Besides that, today, the insanity of people returning stuff on there. I was watching a couple of videos out there of people shopping and stuff like that. And I saw one video. I couldn't upload it in time for this. This person was buying, I guess, sneakers for his kid, per kid. And the guy said the total, and she goes, "Why is it so much?" I said, "What do you mean? Why is it so much?" She looks at the total, and she's like, "Why are you charging me tax?" I says, "We charge tax." I said, "I've never paid tax before," and it says, "Of course you have." And she was trying to make it sound like I guess someone in the store never charged her tax. You know, people think, excuse me, people think we can skip tax on certain things. They think it's the Delant what we used to call the Delancey Street Shuffle. That used to be years ago. It says, "Oh, if you pay cash, I'll neglect the that used to happen, and I don't know if it probably still does. But you have to understand is that especially if they're putting it through a computer these days, because registers are computerized, and of course, the accountant sees that when he files for the taxes at the end of the year, and they're due. It's state tax. That's income going to the state. You know, they don't realize these things. They think, well, willy nilly. When they do the back to school thing, they said, "Oh yeah, the stores are taking away the tax for a certain amount." Yeah, but that's because the state has done it, not the store. The state has said we're not going to charge you sales tax on children's clothing. But it's this stupidity. That's one of about 100 things during the Christmas season you see. And it is long list. The whole stupidity of everyone, looking behind the signs on the pricing. You don't understand how advertisement and pricing works. And signage on there. They say, "Uh-huh, we caught you. You're charging more now than you were last week." You should have bought it last week. Sales are sales, whether they're up or down. They could be up. They could be charging, say, for example, 50% off. This week. Last week they may have charged 60% off. Should have bought it then. People wait. They wait too long on there. I'm guilty of it too. I'll tell you honestly, I've been guilty of it myself. Why? Because basically sometimes I say, I do it especially with software. When the antivirus comes through, the antivirus on there when they go on sale, they go on the side this time of the year, and I said, "Oh, I'll wait because I want to get 2 years at least." Last year I waited too long, and then the price went up, and I was like, "Oh, son of a bitch," you know. And then I had to go with 1 year. This year I lucked out. This year at least I got the 2 year. a 2-year extension, to that point. And yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens. And like I said, it's snowing out there. Uh, they're saying 1 inch tonight. Well, I think. Wait, let's take a look here for one moment. Da, 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 da. Oh no, that's not one. They got it spelled wrong in there. It's winter storm warning is in effect in your area until 1 p.m. tomorrow. It'll affect your area till 8:30. Be very careful. Yep, those of you here on the East Coast in the tri-state area, be very careful. We got some snowing, and the thing is, it's warmer down south. I know this morning I was watching the Disney streams, and basically on the Disney streams, it was a lot of fog in Disney World this morning. A lot, and you put to the point that the weather up here is going to get bad. If it's foggy or rainy down there, it's good or cooler. Basically, it's going to be really bad up here. Hold on a minute. Okay. Now, what's next on the agenda? Now, I was supposed to have expected someone by now, but it's okay. Um, let's put this up. Let's put this up. Let's do this right now. Now, have you heard? I don't know if you heard of this particular young fella, Tyler Chase. He was part of a Nickelodeon TV series. That was it Dan Classified? I think it was called. Let me see. Hang on one minute. Let me get the right information on there. Ned's Declassified. Yeah, Ned's Declassified School Survivor. He was part of that team. And lately, there's been some videos out that has had him on the streets on the West Coast. And as you can see, he's all messed up. Unfortunately, that drug addiction, it grabs you. They say that monkey on your back. They keep telling you these things. But this also puts out a bigger issue to the point. Now, one of his co-stars decided to go help him. And basically what they did was they set him up with a hotel room temporarily until they get him into rehab to the point. But unfortunately, things got a little out of control. The hotel room got trashed, supposedly. From what I understand, they said it was like I said, microwave in the bathtub or something to that nature. It got really, really bad to the point. I know they were saying that it was a pizza shop that was giving him pizzas until the end of the year. So at least he was getting some free food. But now, what I understand is that he's been what they call a 5150, which is a 72-hour mental checkup. What they do on that? I know different cities, it's different names, but it's a 5150 they're doing right now, and supposedly, I believe they're going to be transferring him to a drug rehab center, which is a good thing. But it's like someone said before, they're over 1 million people out there, all shapes, sizes, that some are former celebrities, some are not. They all have these mental issues. Unfortunately, our health, our health divisions on there, and health industry are no longer equipped to handle this like they used to. Unfortunately, I have to say that was because of Ronald Reagan years ago shutting down the asylums and all that back then. Even though that was a good idea to the situation, but nothing to back it up later on was the wrong thing to do. And it's a shame because you see people like this that needs a lot of help. The other one, Amanda Bynes, if you've seen her as of late, she's pretty much has lost it completely as well. and a lot of other musicians and actors, actresses, uh, celebrity millionaires. I mean, they always said Howard Hughes went a little cuckoo at one point back years ago. and when it comes to mental health, people need help, and they're not getting the help they are. You have people who are here illegally in this country that are getting much more help than these people here. They just left to just basically die on the streets of, New York, California, Chicago. And I point that out to them because basically, you come to New York and you'll see a lot of homeless, a lot. We shouldn't have this many homeless. And I'm not talking about the illegals that are homeless. I'm talking about true American citizens, former military service veterans that are on the streets. A lot of them PTSD, situations, you know, others with drug issues that have caused mental instability, because we're finding out some of these drugs are doing a lot more worse than it is. There's new um, research out there on marijuana itself on younger people that basically can pose a bigger danger than we thought before, especially at the levels that they're being sold at. See, the thing is that when it comes to drugs, it's controlling the amount that you're giving out. You know, when it comes, because they said, "Oh, we needed the marijuana, for medicinal purposes and all that," but nobody's controlling how much of it is being given out. You're just giving someone willy nilly, this orange Kush and this and that, and the thing is like freaking the THC is freaking 90% in it. Or what do you call the hash brownie? Not hash brownie, excuse me. The marijuana brownies or cookies or cakes and stuff like that, which also has about 90% THC, which in its form in food is much, much more of a danger than smoking it. Yeah, I said it. I really truly said it. And the thing about it is that you have all these state governments that said, "Oh yeah, let's just make it legal. We'll just get rid of the crime situation. We'll get rid of the homeless people. Won't be will be able to use it properly and stuff like that. We'll give them needles and stuff like that, or all that." What's happened? The issues have gotten worse. Every year there's a new drug that's released, and people like Tyler here end up on the streets because of it. We could do better for them, no matter whether it's their celebrity or not. We can do fucking better for them than ever before. This is what I tell you. When you go to vote out there, know who you're voting for. Because if they said, "Well, we're going to help the homeless," well, how are you going to help the homeless? Explain to me, what is your plans to help the homeless? And you won't get a right answer. You'll never get a proper fucking answer to the situation. I'm sorry to curse on there, but it pisses me off because I know some people that have gone in that direction. One point in my life, I thought I was going to end up in that direction, but luckily, I had friends. To that point. It's a hard road. I've never taken drugs. Let me tell you something. I've never taken drugs. Yes, I've drinking alcohol, but the thing about it is, sometimes how you handle your money situations. If you don't handle it right, you can end up on the streets. And there was a time where I almost did. I had a friend put me up for a bit until I was able to get back on my feet again, which was a good thing to that point. Because ending up on the street, you don't want to end up on the streets. And then there are those of them that don't have mental issues that basically um, that don't have a drug issue or alcohol issue that end up in the street because basically they can't afford things anymore. Yep, that's right. That is correct the mundo to that point. Ah. So hopefully Tyler gets some real good help. He'll get cleaned up. Hopefully they'll shave him. Oh my God, he needs a shave and a haircut. Ugh. But moving on, some sad news, and most of you know that this happened, but I want to put my 2 cents on it. I was hoping Death Angel Shadows would be here to talk about this, because he met him a while back. We lost Adam the Woo. If you haven't realized it yet, back right before Christmas, Adam was found in his home, deceased. They had sent originally someone to check on him, police wise. They knocked, there was no answer. One of the other streamers that were supposed to meet up with him grabbed the ladder, went up, checked in his window, and there he was laying on bed, peacefully in bed. Looks like, well, I mean, we don't have an answer to cause of death, but from what some people saying that basically when they found him in bed, he was peacefully in bed. He had just got back from overseas. Was doing European stuff. And one thing about Adam is that Adam was one of the early vacation vloggers, one of the early Disney bloggers. He was a mentor to a lot of people. A lot of people. I never met the guy. I wanted to meet the guy, because he was really good at what he did. Even my wife watched a couple of his videos, because he brought in the professionalism that when you see on this. Yeah, he got in trouble on that. He got booted from Disney and Universal a couple of times for certain things. Of course, this happens when you're a vlogger like that, doing vacation vloggers, and sometimes might cross the line, uh, to the point just to cover a story or to cover vacation spot. And basically, I mean, he was younger than me. I mean, I'm turning 59 in 2026. And he's much younger than me. And I'll tell you, this is just it's a shock. Shock to me, shock to everybody. I've been seeing a lot of the things. The Carpetbaggers put up a video, or I know Resort TV put up a picture on there. I know a lot of the live streams in the last 2 days from Disney have discussed about him, and how that basically that they were inspired to do their channels because of Adam the Woo. He will be missed. Like I said, we're still waiting for the autopsy report on cause of death, but we can take a guess what it was, because there was some other videos prior talking about his health situation, that he's tried to improve it and stuff like that. And we know when it comes to that, I've talked about health issues to the point, I've had my blood clot, my edemas and shit like that, and I've tried to get myself going. And sometimes, to the point, the body will take it to a point and stop. They will do things on there. I mean, I almost had a partial stroke a couple of years ago. And I heard, was it Culture had something similar to what I had. Been meaning to talk to him. I was hoping that he would show up today. Um, but these are the things that happen, and it's a shame. You know, Adam, great. Like I said, great YouTuber. He had just got what he wanted. He got a home. He was moving around. He lived in a van for a while. Then living in California. Then he finally moved. He moved to Celebration, Florida. Got himself a nice place. And it's they're where he stand to the point. I mean, I've seen already. There's been some video and footage and pictures from his front of his home that they've been leaving flowers and stuff like that. So there's been a makeshift memorial at there. I haven't heard of. when the burial is going to be or whatever there is to his. I know the father put up something recently on there. Of course, let them grieve their time, leave them be to the point. We'll understand. And the thing about it is that I noticed when I was talking to Death Angel Shadows earlier today, we were just looking up his channel. We've seen a boost on his channel. I mean, I was talking before, he was just about between the two channels he has. If you combine the amount of subscribers, he's got about 1 million. As of late, like right now, the Daily Woo is at 760 760,000 subscribers, and his other channel, let's see, hang on a second. Adam the Woo is about 413. So you're talking, you've already gone beyond that at this point. That's a good thing. His channel will still survive out there. Uh, it'll keep going. I think I don't know. I haven't looked at all his videos, but that last video is literally over 240K and growing on his last video. That was the no, I'm sorry, not 240K, excuse me. Sorry. I got the wrong number on there. Hang on, hold on 1 minute. Let me get that up there properly. Hold on. Come on. Oops, lost it. Things not working for me today. It's a Friday. What? Of course, it's a Friday. We don't we don't do shows on the Friday. There we go. 504K. That's what it is. It's half a million. It's half a million views on his last video, and growing. I've never seen anything of that high on his. So unless it's had a couple of years in the can on there. Like if it had 7 years to grow. But this is growing at a rapid rate to that. So, yeah. R.I.P. to a legend. And he is. He will continue to be a legend on there. All right. Okay, we're about an hour in. I was hoping someone else, Snob would have been in here by now, but I guess I'm going to have to do this on my own. So, what is going on? You're going to ask yourself, what is going on to the point? Well, we are doing a collaboration on January 28th. We're going to have a special show on multiple channels. CutieCast TV, Sci-Fi Snob, and Sci-Fi for Me. Up. Let me stop right now and bring him in because he just arrived. There we go. You just got here at the right time.
Hello.
Oh, you just got at the right time.
This stupid thing is always changing everything on me.
Oh, Restream crashed on me. I had to restart the stream.
Oh, is that what happened? Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, it just literally everything was okay. I always do a final test right 5 minutes prior, make sure everything was running, and then suddenly, boom, the music crashed. The stream started to crash slowly. The background crashed. It's like, holy shit, what the hell's going on?
All right, everything's reset up.
Oh, there we go. I was just about to make the announcement on my channel. Not the main announcement, but the preview announcement for our collaboration for January 28th. In fact, let me bring up. Hold on a minute. Okay, I have it set now. And yes, that's my channel, Snob's channel, Jason's channel. Death Angels channel also. We are collaborating together to bring you a special guest to the Babylon 5 retrospective. Now, we can't tell you yet who it is, but they worked on the series itself. Okay. So
In
basically,
some capacity.
What?
In some capacity.
In some capacity. We're not going to tell you who it is onto there, but on hang on, let me just do this right. There we go. On Wednesday, January 28th, special time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Babylon 5 retrospective event with a special guest. Subscribe. You'll be able to subscribe also because we will be taking questions prior. In fact, when we're going to start taking questions on Discord?
Well, I think we probably do it on the 7th of January on our first show back, first Babylon 5 show back after the holidays is when we're going to announce the name of this person. And I think that's when we'll start taking questions because I don't think you'll want to ask a question if you don't know who it is, right? Because the first question will be, who is it?
Who is it? Who's that Pokemon?
That's right.
But yes, this will be on,
on that
YouTube.
date. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be on YouTube. I'm not certain. Are we doing it for Rumble and?
Well, I'm not sure where we're actually going to do it. Well, we're going to do it from my channel for sure, and I will stream it to my channel and to Rumble. And then if other people want to cross stream it, they can do that. But we haven't actually worked out.
Yeah, we're still working. We're still working the logistics.
And who doesn't?
Yeah. So we're still working those logistics out. We got the idea down on paper. So at least we know what we're doing as far as that. Together on that, and we are still talking with the guest, getting their situation together onto that. Courtesy of a friend of mine named David Shifter down south. Thank you to David for helping with this. He's a friend of mine. He's in the business. He's an actor who's assisting us with this special guest on there. And in fact, we got to set up a guest stream on there. So test guest stream. So that's something we got to do in the new year. So that's the thing to prepare for us. So at least we were ready for it. But like I said, it's going to be the 28th of January so far. Nothing has changed yet. 8 p.m. Eastern, and tune in.
Yeah, well, there's not much to do if you're just if you're watching. There's nothing to do. You just the date's been set, the time's set. All you gotta do is sort of pay attention and find out who it is, and then show up. Like everything's pretty much set. The stuff we have to do behind the background. Nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares about that.
Don't care about it. Yeah, if I'm writing out questions or whatever, no one cares. But there's nothing to do. It's all pretty much set. Barring some sort of natural disaster or alien attack or I don't know. That's the only thing I can see that would interrupt. Dirty aliens.
Yeah, those aliens.
But, other than that, it's all good to go. There's nothing else to do. Our people have liaison with this person's people, and everything's good to go.
Yep, we're all excited. We're all excited on that.
I think when the audience finds out who it is, they'll be pretty excited too.
Oh yeah,
find out the name of this person.
Yeah. Yep. And wait, hang on. Oh, okay. Wasn't for here. Discord just clicked in. I was like, somebody already put it in Discord. No, it's someone clicking on Outpost's channel. I was hoping Outpost to be here, but he said he wasn't certain that he might be in the chat, but on there. I had just talked about it, but
January 7th, less than 2 weeks with a big announcement.
Yeah, that's right. January 7th, 2 weeks, we'll make that announcement.
Should be announced at the beginning of the show or at the end?
We're going to talk that offline. So
I don't think we should torture everybody. We should just
we got to give them a little torture. Maybe we give them some good hints.
The whole show will be people speculating on who it is.
Speculating. Well, there was speculating when we made the announcement. And they were like, it was like there was a Bruce Boxleiter. Is it Bruce Boxleiter? Is it JMS? I said, we're not saying. We're not. It could be the audio guy. It could be the director of one of the episodes. You don't know who.
One of those people that were just mentioned.
Yeah,
could be.
It could be one of. It could be Bruce.
It's big though. It's big.
But we're not going to tell you yet.
I haven't even told my mother. That's how secret it is.
It's so secret. It's so secret. We gave it a secret name.
Which is secret?
It's a secret name. We gave her, we gave it a project name. So if anyone accidentally came in, they didn't know what we're talking about. But anyway, I wanted to talk Snob. Now that I have you, you know about Adam the Woo, right?
I mean, I heard about him. He's died suddenly.
Yep.
A couple days before Christmas, but I don't know anything about him.
Oh, okay. Another person, yeah. Jason said the same thing too the other day, and I tell you, I'm surprised.
Why is he famous? I don't even.
Well, he's one of the original vacation bloggers, Disney Channel bloggers.
Oh, he's a Disney Channel blogger, vacation.
He's done Disney. He's done other things. Like in fact, he just got back from Europe. He was over in Europe. I think he also went to Disneyland in France. I think he went there as well. I think he hit Asia also. He was always known from the very beginning. I mean, it goes back to 2006 that he started his channel on there. I mean, combined the two channels together, you have over 1 million subscribers.
He's pretty big then.
He's pretty big. A lot of the people that have talked about him that knew him, literally he was a mentor to them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these people owe their channels to Adam the Woo.
Really? So he was very good with giving people tips and.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times, like you and me here, we're talking live streams and stuff like that. He's done that on location. People like Carpetbagger and a lot of the others that basically that they do their shows. Sometimes they end up hooking up.
Mm-hmm.
They might be driving down, Route 66 and suddenly, they bump into each other. Hey, what are you doing here? That type of situation. It's the same thing in Disney World. If you're a blogger, Disney blogger out there doing a live stream on there, you're going to hit one of the other vloggers out there, bump into them. This is an always situation out there to the point.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a shocker. This was a shocker. I mean, this happened.
What happened?
I'm sorry.
What happened with him?
We're still waiting for the autopsy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was found peacefully in his bed in his Celebration house in Celebration, Florida. He had just got that house. Was it about 2 years ago? About 2 years ago, something like that. Because he was moving around tonight. He was living in a van at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He was going around in a van, and then he got a place in California. He was doing Disneyland shoots over there. Then he had some issues with. Got permabanned for a while. He got permabanned at Universal. He got permabanned in Disney for a bit because he went into places.
Why?
He went into early on in his early career. He went into places that were shut down.
Oh,
that he would go. That he would basically, he would show some of the stuff. Like one of the videos I remember him, he went into the Mystery Funhouse over on Kirkman Road, which is no longer there, which is now it's the other half of Universal Studios now over there now, the new Universal Studios park. But he was showing like the ins and outs of what happened to this place, and it was the same thing he was doing with a couple of Disneys. I mean, they
didn't like that.
They didn't like it. Well, considering after a couple of years, you had thefts that were going on. You had
really?
You had the one guy who used to work for Disney who left and did his own blog. got arrested for stealing stuff from the Hornet Mansion and a couple other places, and parts of Commander, which the main character from the animatronics is still missing to this day. They don't know if he stole it or not. He didn't steal. Somebody went in there, clipped it all, stole it. Some people said it was Disney, that they messed up and they just basically took it out and misplaced it. There's like a whole story, sort of JFK-ish type controversy for that. Because basically, to remove this particular animatronic, you had to cut a lot of wires, spill a lot of oil and stuff like that, the hydraulic oil and stuff. And and this is what happened. But the thing about it is, you had a lot of other vloggers. They would go, like, sneak to Discovery Island, which is basically completely abandoned. I wouldn't want anybody to go there, but some people went there. They basically got themselves a boat and basically got across over there, in the early parts of the morning, shot a couple of stuff and left.
So it was they were going into places illegally, and
yeah,
they weren't just video blogging, approved stuff.
Well, it's some of these bloggers were doing like places that are long gone. They're like, some of them, they've gone into old buildings, old malls that have been shut down. Some of them that have movie theaters that literally they've left the equipment behind. Stuff like that, and they've detailed to that situation on there. So it's, there are some things that are still buildings that are still standing there, left like an open wound, and nothing's been done about it. So these guys have documented these adventures to the point. But with Adam, he took it to the next level, to the situation where not only what he was doing there, he stopped doing it, and then he started going cross country, showing other attractions throughout the U.S. and all that. And like recently, he just started going to Europe now.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he had just got back from his European tour, and he was supposed to do a live stream that particular day on there, and the other YouTuber, I forgot who it was, they had contacted the police. Police showed up, and basically they got no response. They left. The police left. He came back with a ladder, climbed up, to the upper section of the bedroom, and saw him laying in the bed there, and then called the fire rescue at that point.
Yeah.
And that's what they found. They found him DOA.
So it sounds like no foul play or anything, or
as far as right now,
no.
Nothing that they would seem to. Everything was locked, so it was like, there was no forced entry, nothing to that nature. To that point, when it's a shame. And then of course you had the other situation that's going on. Tyler Chase from Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen this picture yet, Ned Declassified. It was a series called Ned Declassified.
Oh, right. Yes. I've seen this kid. I don't remember. I don't think I watched the show, but I remember.
Yeah, no, I never watched the show. I've heard of the show, but basically, they're finally putting him in rehab. So he's, someone from his cast put him in a hotel. He trashed the hotel. He, to the point, he's drug addicted on there. So now they put him on a 5150, and basically, which is basically, the mental health check, and they're going to transfer him to rehab. So,
yeah,
some good news, hopefully, on there. But it points out that there's a major mental health issue in this country.
Yeah.
So, how was your Christmas?
It was good. Today was very quiet. Naps and everyone just sort of relaxing. The kids playing their video games and Legos and reading their books and whatever else. Yesterday was, a Christmas dinner was at family relatives in nearby that we usually see. That was nice too. So it's pretty quiet. We always take it fairly quiet around Christmas. We don't do much.
Yeah, no.
Snob's a bit of a homebody.
Well, I was too. I mean, me and my wife made a pernil. I don't know if you know what a pernil is.
A what?
It's in Spanish. It's called pernil, which is like basically.
No, I don't know that.
It's a shoulder picnic. It's a pork shoulder picnic.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pork. It's basically it's done in a Spanish style. And who's that? Cam. Hey, you boys just woke up from a nap. Really, Cam? You're just waking up from a nap? Get in here, Cam.
I just woke up from a nap too. That's why I was late. Otherwise, I'd be earlier.
You're okay. You're in Alberta. It's fine. You're in a different time zone. Cam's in a closer time zone, I think.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Cam, use the second code on there. Don't use the first one because we had to reload it. But we did a pernil. My wife made some rice and beans and tostones, which is like it's green bananas. To the point we had nice salad, wine. We got cupcakes this year. We were going to get a cake. And I said, let's get some cupcakes and cookies and stuff like that. Something a little bit lighter. But then my wife ended up buying a tiramisu, which was like, oh no. She bought the tiramisu, which we had last night. So it was like to that point, which was good. It was a good tiramisu on there. In fact, hang on. I think she's just walking in. Hopefully that's her just walking in now. Because we're snowing over here now. It's just starting. We're starting to get some heavy snow.
All right, good. Lucky you.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow's going to be an adventure. So if it stays the way it's going to stay all night, it's going to be an adventure onto there. So, but it's some good news for my mom because my mom, she's got Parkinson's and all that. And she's living with my brother. Fortunately, my brother had to work. So his new wife decided to take my mom with her to her parents' home and stuff like that. So she had dinner on there. And my mom doesn't get out often, and she got out and she had fun, which was great.
That's great.
To the point because that Parkinson's is hitting. It's hitting her hard right now. She's getting into her 80s and stuff like that, and it's rough. It's rough with her. This is a woman that was very energetic in her life. She held down 2 jobs, put us through school and stuff like that. And, me and my brother try to help her the best we can and all that. And, she did a lot of work on that. Now she's just slowing down, to that point.
Yeah.
But, so the kids got video games, huh?
One of them got a Nintendo Pokemon game that she wanted.
Well, this is what I got. I got a video game. I got this. If you haven't seen one of these yet, it's by a company called My Arcade. I was just talking about it a little while ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is. My wife got this for me. I'm in love with it. Is
this the classic? Is this got all Atari stuff on it, or is it just?
It's Atari. It's got like several companies on there. Hi, Cam.
Oh, right on. So it's got like hundreds of these. Has it got like hundreds of thousands of games on it?
200 games in there.
200. Oh.
200 games. I was playing with Tempest last night. I was like, because it has it has you can't see it on the finger, but it has a roller section that you can roll back and forth to use it on Tempest on there.
Good evening.
And you can add more games.
Really? I was looking at one of these. I was thinking my kids might, but I would like get one that goes like there's a one that you buy a little box and it's got a couple 10,000 different games from all kinds. You plug it into your TV and away you go.
No, this plugs into the TV.
Oh, it does too? Oh, okay.
It does too.
The one I saw wasn't a handheld, but
yeah, you can buy controllers for this.
Yeah.
You can buy a controller for it. In fact, they just came out with the controllers this month.
It's kind of fun to show the kids this is what we played.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1,000 games on. There's a couple thousand games on here. We would have killed to have that many games.
Oh, I was playing. What was the other one? I was playing Bases Loaded. If you're familiar with Atari games, Bases Loaded was a good.
It's obviously a baseball game. I don't remember playing that
one. Yeah, there's some good games on there.
And this is
Cam, how you doing?
Something, yeah.
Good, recovering.
Recovering? Do you have too much to drink?
No,
too much to drink.
I have nothing to drink on Christmas or the other day since I had that beer on the show the other night. So that was it.
You had a beer on show?
When was this?
Whose show was that?
It was on Jeff's show.
Oh, so on Jeff's show he does the cool stuff.
Well, because it's a tavern.
Show.
It's a tavern. So right. I thought, but I guess yours is a lounge. So
that's. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. You couldn't drink a beer though. You'd have to drink some fancy martini thing in a martini glass or something.
Yeah, I would drink oh my god, an old fashioned. That's what I drink on
I'm so glad I'm a cafe.
Well, I do enjoy coffee, so that could work out just as well.
Just work out well too. Even though a cafe can serve liquor.
Well, let's find out what Cam. What did you get?
What'd you get
for Christmas?
I got a book on from War of the Rohirrim, which I know most people hate, but I actually like. It's kind of like an art book and making of behind the scenes kind of thing.
Right.
So that's cool. And I got a new multimeter.
Ooh.
Yeah, one I've been wanting. So that was kind of exciting. It's beyond what I really need. It's prosumer at least, kind of thing.
You could never have too much power. Come on.
Well, I agree. And what I really like about it is it's got it can read thermocouples, so you could take temperature readings and things with it. So that was kind of one reason I liked it. And then I got I got a Yukon Cornelius little. It says a pop figure. It doesn't look like a pop figure, but I guess it's made by the same company. Yukon Cornelius from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer fame.
It's not the bobblehead one.
No. It's again. It doesn't have the huge head. It's more like a little statue-ish kind. It's still kind of cartoony, of course, but it's maybe 3 inches tall.
It's probably from the Rankin Bass line, the standard Rankin Bass line from the what they call it, the model. It's sort of like modeled off the animation that they used. It's
a little different. I have a Hermie actually that's very much like what you're describing, but this one's not the same line, And then I don't know. I've not really talked about it too much, but I am a lifelong fan of G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. So I do have some of the modern figures from those, and I got a couple of those as well. Someone gave me some.
So I grew up with the G.I. Joe and the Kung Fu Grip.
Okay. And see, that was I did have one of those, but it was kind of late when they were like the action team or whatever. They were kind of demilitarizing them a bit.
Yeah.
But I only had one, and but then Real American Hero came out in 1982, and I was super into that. So the comic and the toys when I was a kid.
Oh, the comics I was buying left and right for a while. I love the comics. The stories were really good on those. But
I agree.
Yeah, the TV series I enjoyed a lot. The movie was okay. I love the opening on the movie.
Yeah, it was really, they went all out for that.
I just love the opening. It was like Cobra.
Yeah. So this might have been before we did have on Snob's channel. We did have is G.I. Joe Sci-Fi, which we might want to revisit at some point. Especially if you're a fan, maybe have you on to get.
Oh, I want to have to check that out. If you guys did G.I. Joe the movie,
it wasn't G.I. Joe the movie specifically. It was G.I. Joe, the cartoon, comic, and toy line basically.
Okay.
It wasn't a review of the movie. It was Is It Sci-Fi? It was our Is It Sci-Fi? And we had a G.I. Joe artist, Brian Shearer, who worked in the later times, he wasn't, an old 80s artist on it, but he had worked on a lot of the GI Joe ones and worked with Larry Hama, who had picked up the series again later on.
Oh, that's good.
That's right.
Definitely.
That's right. One of our first interviews, Brian Shearer.
Yeah, look at that. I slid right into a promo for your channel, Snob.
It's right on. Yeah. He's a good interview too.
Yeah, Brian's a good guy.
He's a really good guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably watch that tonight. When my wife goes to sleep, and need something to watch, just watch that.
They do have I'm sorry. They do have the cartoon running on loop. I don't think the whole thing, but on YouTube. One of these.
Yeah, they've been looping that for about a year and a half now.
Yeah. I enjoy those channels that have I've been watching. Yeah. I basically turn on Speed Racer every night, and just kind of let that go.
In Japanese or in English?
I've been watching the English one because again, I'm either falling asleep or whatever. So I was watching the Japanese ones for a while.
Yeah, I love the opening segment for the Japanese. It goes Mach go.
Yep.
It's the same thing like with Gotcha Man, which is Battle of the Planets. The opening to that also, is different.
Yeah, I can't. The Japanese ones are all I watch for Gotcha-Man at this point. Although it's not the version I got is I think they're new dubs. They're English dubs of it. But it's the original. It's not the Battle of the Planets. It is the Gotcha-Man series.
Yeah.
English.
Yeah, I got the box set. It's the original Gotcha-Man, but it's both English and in Japanese as well.
Yeah.
So we got both versions on there. It's uncut. And that's the thing about it is most people don't realize is that Battle of the Planets, it's edited down.
Oh, way down. It's
way down because it gets Gotcha. Folks, if you're watching out there and you say, "Oh, I watched Battle of the Planets," it's good. No, it's better to watch it as Gotcha Man.
Yeah,
it's much more violent.
Oh my God. It's some of them are completely different shows almost, whereas other adaptations of certain Japanese things are better, they're fairly close. Gotcha-Man was not at all close.
Yeah. I was just watching, like me and my wife, we were doing marathons this week for the holidays. Hold on a minute. Yes. Hello. Say hello to the guys.
Hi guys, how are you?
Wife just got home.
Hello.
He says they say hello. How bad is it out there? It's slushy? Ooh, we got slush.
Great. Who doesn't want that post-Christmas slush, right?
No, they said it's going to get heavier overnight. We're talking like at least 9 inches.
Ugh.
Snow we're going to get, supposedly. Who knows what it is if it doesn't change the rain. But the temperature is low already here. We're about 28 degrees right now, so it's going to stick on our end. But yeah, so anyway, me and my wife, we were watching some really good stuff because I had gotten some great stuff on Blu-ray. Coraline we just watched the other night. If you haven't seen Coraline, that's a really, really good dark story for kids in there. If you haven't seen that one on there.
I haven't.
Yeah, they're coming out with a new movie. The same animation house. They use stop motion animation, similar to like Rankin Bass and all that. But their stuff is like really. If you haven't seen Coraline, it's amazing. There's another movie coming out just now, in the year, that is going to be their best stuff. They've done there's a character that's like a bird, like a giant bird. They've literally pasted each individual feather on the character, and it's just what's her name? Amanda Waller. It's gonna be the voice of Amanda Waller from the Suicide Squad, the actress that did that. She's gonna be voicing this bird creature that in this movie on there. But yeah, we did that. Last night we did, what was it we did for Christmas? We did, of course, obviously, Nightmare Before Christmas. We did the Grinch cartoon. We did
the original Grinch cartoon.
The original Grinch, of course, the original, not the new one, the original one on there, because it was playing on Peacock. They have like all of them on Peacock. Peacock has like the Jim Carrey one. They have the freaking Boris Karloff one, and the what's his name that played Sherlock. That version that's like brand new on there. The other one we were doing is the definitive Christmas Carol movie that I love every year. I don't watch any other Christmas Carol unless it's Mr. Magoo. It is the 1970s version Scrooge with Albert Finney. If you haven't seen that one, catch it. It is really, really good. Marley is played by Obi-Wan Kenobi himself, Sir Alec Guinness, and does a fantastic job.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it's really it's dark. If of all the Christmas Carol ones, and as dark as it gets, especially toward the end of the movie, this one goes to the next step. It goes to hell.
Oh.
It's like Scrooge ends up in hell at the before the nightmare is over, and he ends up to be how was it Marley has the chains around him. He said, "These are the chains I gained because of all the things I've done in my life." Scrooge gets to see the chains, and it's bigger. It took 4 guys to carry it in. And they wrapped it around him toward the end of the movie. But the thing about the most insane thing in this movie is the part where basically when he died, supposedly he sees about his death and all that, and everybody around him are singing and dancing on top of his coffin.
Wow.
As they're carrying it to the grave, and singing the songs like "Thank You Very Much." It's a musical. All the music, the music soundtrack is fantastic on this. I like life because I like life. Life likes me. It's so well done.
Who does Alec Guinness play? Who does Alec Guinness play?
Alec Guinness plays Morley, the ghost.
Okay.
Ghost of Morley. Albert Finney plays, of course, Scrooge, and basically he does the makeup job on him because you get to see him in the younger self, except for he didn't play the boy. They had another boy play him, but in his youth, without the makeup on there because he was young back in the 1970s. So basically, handsome man in the 1970s. But when they put him in the makeup to make him really old, fantastic job onto there. But yeah, if you want to see a really good, you could see it. What is it on? Pluto TV has it for free. YouTube has it out there. If you look carefully, sometimes it's mismarked, but you can find them. There are versions of them floating through YouTube constantly.
Okay.
So you can watch it for free on there. It's well worth it on there. We did watch the later in the morning when we got into Christmas Day, the Jim Carrey's Grinch That Stole Christmas, which is that's pretty good too.
Did you like Scrooged with Bill Murray?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay, I just rewatched it.
Okay, I don't know that I've seen it. Well, maybe I saw it once. I saw it in the theater, when it came out, and I wasn't thrilled by it at the time. I was kind of young and maybe didn't enjoy
It's very. I mean, people like it. It's popular. It's a modern a modern '80s retelling of it. I mean, I rewatched it. I'm like, this isn't as good as I remember. But I'm old and.
Yeah, but Christmas Carol has been always a modern remake. Modern remake in the 70s, modern remake in the 80s, modern remake in the 90s. They keep remaking, to the point.
The kids seem to think it was okay,
But here's how I ended last night. My wife had gone to bed. No, actually, no. My wife went to watch Oliver. Just because they were about to take Oliver off Tubi TV at the end of the month. Went into the bedroom and I said, "You know what I haven't watched? I haven't watched today a Christmas horror film." Now, the craziest one you could watch, not Black Christmas, because everybody was like, "Oh, you must have watched Black Christmas." No, not Black Christmas, which I'll watch that after the new year. There's a movie out. You know who Bill Goldberg is?
The wrestler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He plays Santa in this horror film called Santa Slay. It is an insane movie in itself, but a well plot.
Is it an evil Santa kind of thing, or is Santa?
It's an evil Santa situation, but it's done to the point where Santa originally was evil, and there was an angel at the time that made a bet with him that they did. What do they call that? Where they use the brooms in the Olympics on that thing. They throw.
Curling.
Curling. Thank you.
Snob. Why didn't you know that?
What's that?
Why didn't you know about curling?
This is curling. I know about curling.
Okay. Well, you weren't paying attention then, because
I don't particularly enjoy it.
Oh.
But it's a big Canadian thing.
Yeah. What kind of Canadian are you?
One that doesn't really like curling that much.
All right.
I mean, any game. I guess any game you could drink it while you're playing. Drink beer while you're playing, isn't that?
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. We're having fun here. So basically, the deal is that basically, if the angel wins, Santa has to give presents and help kids through for over 1,000 years.
Okay.
So basically, it's to the point where we've reached the end of the 1,000 years, and Bill Goldberg is looking for the angel, which is played by Robert Culp on there. The first 10 minutes of this movie is batshit insane. Well, the reason is you have, hang on, let me pull up all the actors that are in that scene so I got everybody. You have, I think it was, Chris Kattan, Rebecca Gayheart, Fran Dresser, and hold on, I'm missing somebody here. Trying to remember the other person in this first couple of minutes. Wouldn't you know it? It's not even in the credits. Hang on, I know who it is. Oh, it's James Caan.
Really?
Okay, yeah. No, they're all sitting to dinner, and it's to the point they're arguing with each other and everything like that. And it gets to the point that Santa shows up and starts to brutally massacre everybody in the room. First, he freaking takes the dog and punts it like a football. And basically, he just goes to town on everyone. He goes like James Caan. He takes 2 forks and he just stabs them in the hands, holding them there. Fran Dresser, he freaking gets some sort of, what was it that he did? He blew fire into Fran Dresser's head, just burning her hair off to the point. And he just literally was like killing everybody in the room. And that's just in the first few minutes of the film.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. And the thing about it is there are all these Christmas jokes in there. And the whole thing is that, Bill Goldberg playing Santa Claus, he's looking for the angel to basically get revenge. And it's just a little, I mean, the script is not a great script in the world. It's just literally the script is really bad, but it is a fun thing to watch because just basically for the point, Bill Goldberg is playing Santa Claus. And it is just funny. He plays it very funny. Dave Thomas is also in this too. I think he plays Pastor Timmons. Yeah, he plays Pastor Timmons, who also gets a horrible death on there. And Tommy Lister Jr., the late Tommy Lister Jr. is also in it too. I mean, it's a weird cast, when you look at it, and then you're like, okay, this one is worth the watch, But I was looking yesterday on X because people were talking about Black Christmas. Between the differences between the 3 versions on there, and I put it. Of course, I put my 2 cents. Nothing beats the original. Black Christmas, the original, is one of the greatest horror flicks that literally influenced every horror flick after that. Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street, all those movies were influenced, by Black Christmas, and it's Canadian, of course.
That makes it horrible right off the bat.
Well, it's Olivia Hussey, and Margot Kidder is in this.
Oh.
And the way it ends, it just, oh my God, it just, there is no closure to this movie, and it ends. But you would think it says, well, oh, come on, you can't close the movie and find out the killer. And it's like, no, it ends properly, but it just, there's no closure to it, and it's perfect in itself the way it ends. To the point, that's why the original one is so well done. Still a lot of filmmakers look back to the making of Black Christmas.
I can't say I'm a horror fan, really. When it comes down to it, it's not one of my favorite genres.
Yeah, me neither.
If it's more tinged with, well, no, I just don't like horror that much. Like if you count Army of Darkness as horror, it's really comedy more. The original Evil Dead, I like from a filmmaking, the story behind the story, I'm very interested in, but I can't say horror has ever been one of my favorite genres. But a lot of people love it, so
Well, you have different levels. It depends on what you're looking at.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, like you're familiar with like the horror, Levi, what the heck is his name? Like from the late '90s or early 2000s, so the horror.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Oh yeah.
Eli
Roth.
Yeah.
Eli
Oh
Roth,
God.
yeah.
No, man. It's just I hate it. I hate it so much. Don't.
Well, there's some horrors that he's made that basically, it's grotesque, but it's taken to a point like what was it? There's the one, I think it's called Aftermath. I think it's called. And it's basically about earthquake that happens literally in South America. And it's about to unleash hell on earth, to that point. But it's like, earthquake that happens all over the place to the point. Mm-hmm. But, there are, plenty of horrors out there. Pitch Black happens to be one, which, turns into the Chronicles of Riddick, which happens to be, I thought, very well done for itself. You got a little bit of science fiction, you got a little bit of horror. You're on a planet that literally the sun drops for several months. And the creatures that live there that are basically cannibalistic will come out in the dark. And there's no lighting or anything to the situation unless you brought lights with you.
All right.
So literally, you're in the dark.
Yeah, see, something like that, or Alien, which, you can certainly has horror elements, sci-fi horror. I like more, but just like the like I said, the Eli Roth stuff where it's just like disgusting. It just.
I know. I understand. You're talking Hostel.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's the only movie that I almost ever puked watching. No kidding. I never get sick or any of that. Nothing ever turns my stomach like that kind of thing. But that movie, I almost heaved. I don't know what it was.
Then definitely don't go watch 1980s Maniac. So I'll steer you away from that one then.
All right. Yeah.
Oh no. Well, you got different levels of horror. You have to always remember that.
Yeah.
There's a horror called it's a Stephen King novel. It's called Gerard's Game, and it's really well done. It's on Netflix, and actually it does have it's part of the It universe and stuff like that. It's about a husband and wife. Boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it was, that they got together and got into a little kinky sex point, and the male decided to tie her down, chain her up, on the bed, so they get a little on there, and then out of nowhere he dies of a heart attack. They're in the middle of nowhere, dies of a heart attack, and she's stuck on the bed. No way getting to her phone or anything to that nature. And then strange things start to happen. She starts to see like some person walking around the house and stuff like that. And it's a really, for King, it was like a surprise to that point. And this like very low budget, the end itself, it just, it's really well done to that point. And like it says, it's part of the It universe, so it has its way onto there. And that's the same thing. It's like everything with the, what is it? The Tommy Knockers, and a couple of the others, that end up the made for TV from Stephen King are pretty good. The Stand is excellent. If you've never seen The Stand, the not the TV series, the made for TV movie.
Yeah, I've seen that. One.
Yeah,
pretty
which
good.
which is really good.
The original one.
Yeah, the original.
They redid it recently, right?
Yeah, they redid it, which was like, why are you going to redo? Why are you going to take away perfection? And then there are things that didn't work, like the Dark Tower. The Dark Tower with Idris Elba as the gunslinger. To that point, and it's like, nah, you didn't do right on that. And then you guys just did Battle Beyond the Stars just recently, movie night.
We did.
Yeah. There is another film by Roger Corman and also Cameron that they worked together on. It's called Galaxy of Terror, which has Robert Englund, Sid Haig, and Ernan Moran from Happy Days in. And Ray Walston also. And special effects are really good. The designer effects, the back of the set designs are excellent, which you can see forms of aliens. Looks like that Aliens was taken from later on when Aliens is made. That they took some of it from Galaxy of Terror on there. And yeah, it's a little grotesque on certain things that happen, because it's basically a rescue ship trying to save another ship that had crash landed on the planet, and basically the planet draws out all your fears. Whatever you're afraid of, this planet knows, and it draws it out. So the ending is a major surprise to it. It's a major twist to the ending on this, but it for its time period, and considering the people that were involved in it, that goes on to major films after this, it's a surprise hit that is one of these hits that are underground. But did you guys watch any Christmas movies?
Define.
Anything.
Scrooge the Christmas movie. I watched that one.
Okay.
They're already upstairs now.
What are they watching? You kind of dropped out there.
Serendipity.
Ah.
Well, my wife wanted them to watch, but I think the girls are disinterested and have left already. That's kind of a Christmas movie.
Serendipity with
Cusack.
Okay, well maybe
romantic.
Maybe
comedy,
it's worth it for Kate Beckinsale, but not. Cusack's a dork.
I guess it's not really a romantic comedy, just a romantic.
No, you know what? I hated that movie. It was like, oh yeah, leave your fiance or whatever at the altar. It was like that movie sucked.
Yeah, and the whole thing at the beginning, she's like, oh, he's like really into her, and she's like, well, if it's fate, let's write this on the thing, and he's like, come on, man.
Nah, that movie.
And she's just, I'm like, leave that hippie chick. She's crazy.
Yeah,
and flags everywhere.
Well, yeah. Speaking of John Cusack, I just got the 4K version of Better Off Dead.
Well, there's a classic for you.
Yeah, I love Better Off Dead. $2. Give me my $2.
Yeah,
I love that. Did you ever see that, Snob?
Sorry, I was coughing. What was that?
Oh my god.
Better Off Dead with John Cusack.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
That goes way back. When's that? 1983 or 4?
Yeah.
That's not Grosse Pointe Blank.
No. Grosse Pointe Blank is a little bit later. No. Better Off Dead is a cult classic. It basically he plays a guy that basically his girlfriend has left him for the jock, and basically he's trying to commit suicide to throughout the whole thing, and he just doesn't do it right. He ends up meeting this French girl and all that, and she helping him out of his shell to the point on there, and it's like everything around him is going just batshit insane. It's really hysterical. Like every once in a while, this kid shows up. That's the paper boy, and he wants his $2. He says, "What was that? 1 week of papers, $2." And he's like, "Oh, I don't got it now. Come back later," And it just keeps getting worse and worse to the point where he gets like a group of bikes, like almost like a horror film. He's walking back from the dance, and he's like, comes out and goes to his car, and he's like, this kid comes up, he says, $2. Turns around, there's a couple more kids, $2. He's running around, he's running the car, jumps over, and he's like, the keys. Trying to get into the car. Oh man, that is just such a great film. And Grosse Pointe Blank also is a great film.
Yeah, John Cusack was in a lot of good stuff back in the old days.
Oh yeah, he did a lot of great films on that. What was the one? No, that's Joan. She was in another one where she cursed somebody out in the movie. Oh no, John was in that too. That's High Fidelity. With Jack Black and Cusack, and that was a really good movie. If you haven't seen that one yet, it's about a guy who owns a record store and breaks up with his girl, and he looks back in his life on 4 or 5 of the women that he dated once was with, and goes back to try to talk to them and why their relationship didn't work.
Yeah, I've seen High Fidelity. I haven't seen Better Off Dead. I'm just looking at I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's well worth.
Cusack is super young, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one he did that same time period? There was another one that was really good. Let's see. Better Off Dead. Say Anything is also very good too. From him, let's see, where are we? Being John Malkovich. Where is it? Oh, I forgot about The Sure Thing. He's done so much. Where is that movie?
Yeah, between him and his sister, I mean,
yeah. We were just talking about Joan Cusack a while back over here. It's like, my God, she's been in like a million things.
There it is. One Crazy Summer with Demi Moore.
Oh.
It's John Cusack, Demi Moore, Bobcat Goldthwait, Curtis Armstrong. That's another one similar to like.
Well, I like he wasn't starring in it, but he was in 16 Candles also, which is still a funny movie.
Oh, I love 16 Candles.
It says he was in Stand By Me.
Yes, he was. He was one of the kids in Stand By Me.
Not one of the. He wasn't one of the main kids, though.
No, he was.
Was he one of the old?
He was Denny LaChance. He was Denny LaChance.
Okay, I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah, he also did a movie called what was it?
Oh, he was older, so he was.
Yeah,
okay.
He was older. Yeah. Sure Thing with Daphne Zuniga, Anthony Edwards, Tim Robbins. Nicole Sheridan, which is one of those beach movies that are like insane from that period.
He was also in 2012, wasn't he? Or 2012 was that?
Yep. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, 2012. He was.
Yeah, looking at his retrospective, he's done so much.
I actually enjoyed 2012 just for the spectacle of flying an airplane while the Earth falls around you and buildings fall over top of you, and so over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have to, because going back to the horror thing, I still got to order My Perfect Blue by Satori Kon from Japan, the Japanese thriller horror on there, which is really, really good on there. They just came out with the 4K version. It's animated. It's like they said originally when this first came out. They said if Alfred Hitchcock and Disney joined together to make a movie, this would be the movie they make.
Huh.
It's basically, you may have heard the story before, but this was like the original from years ago. It's about a pop diva singer who decides, she was part of a group. She decides to retire from her singing career and take on an acting career. And literally, there's a stalker out there that's not letting her, that's telling her, you shouldn't be doing that, to that point. It's just literally, she gets into the point where basically people are dying around her. And somebody's watching her and knows her every move that she makes and what she does, and, she's trying to figure out who's watching her at all times. And it gets to the point where, that her reality is crashing into like the TV series that she's working on, sort of like a Law and Order TV series where she gets raped in there. So it's like it becomes sort of like you can't tell between the reality and the fantasy on there. In fact, Perfect Blue has been taken by the director of Black Swan. Black Swan incorporated some of those elements into this movie, and then there's another movie that did the same thing too. So I kind of influenced two movies, but Perfect Blue is from the 1980s.
I got you. Well, you can tell we're all just doped.
I know. Well, I said it's a chill stream.
Yeah.
It's literally, that's what we're here. We're here to chill out.
I'm filled with leftover turkey and sausage rolls.
No, we finished the pending. We finished it. You know what a pending is, Cam, right?
Oh, a what?
A pernil.
No.
It's like a pork shoulder.
Okay.
Pork shoulder roast.
Okay. Well, I guess I know it by another name.
Lechon is another one they would call it sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, pork shoulder is great.
Yeah, pork shoulder is good. It's especially the fat on top because it gets crunchy.
Yeah. There's an Italian place by me that has a pork shoulder. It's really good.
Well, it looks like we're going to get, and I just got this on New York Post right now. Look, we have the New Year's ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
That comes down. Looks like we're going to get a second one this year in Times Square on July 4th.
Oh, that's cool.
Marking the 250th anniversary of America.
Right on. That's neat.
That's cool. You guys should go all out for your 250.
Yeah, I was very little when 76 was around, but I remember it being a big deal though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. Has Trump done anything? Like he should be.
He's been talking about.
I would have like a year long. Yeah, it would be a year-long party for me. Like I'd have things organized. Encourage towns to do something and.
Yeah, he said he's going to start something, I think, in late January. I think that you're going to start seeing some events.
Yeah, all year. Or at least everything leading up to or something like that.
Yeah. No, he said that there are going to be some events, parades, and stuff like that that's going to be done for the next year or so.
Can't wait to hear how it's a horrible thing. Yeah, celebrating the horrors of America.
No,
250 years of misogyny.
Right.
Considering every day, if you haven't seen Nick Shirley's cast on X, that he's been uncovering a lot of shit with the Somalis over there. That basically he's already gone to places where they're supposed to be kids in daycare centers, and there's nobody there.
Go figure. Yeah.
Well, what's going on there then? I mean,
just big fraud. Huge fraud.
It's fraud.
Oh,
Major fraud. We're talking billions. Right now, I think that they're estimating right now $9 billion has been stolen from the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to get money from the government for something that they owed you? I mean, it's impossible.
Yes.
And then how can these people get fraud so easily?
No, they basically
it's designed that way.
It's Medicare fraud. They got money during the pandemic. They got money. In other words, every program that they could think of to get money, they got cashed the checks out, packed the money up, and sent it to Somalia.
Well, and that's just one instance of it, right? The pandemic thing just opened the gates to every kind of fraud you could possibly imagine, right? I mean, everyone, it's like, oh, you're printing money, I'll take it, everywhere. It's just, but
I mean,
yeah.
I remember when they started giving that money out here, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should get my hands on some of that. And I'm like, then I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be impossible. There's going to be multiple things you're going to have to fill out. They're going to make you pay it back. It's not going to be free. There's no way that they're going to give it to you. It's going to be more of a pain than it's worth. And of course, I was right. But now I hear people just got away with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the hell?
And considering that most of these people's IQs are not in the high end position, as they would say.
Yeah. There's someone running this,
there's someone running it. That's smart. But from what I understand, someone had said, they said a good chunk of the population's IQ is below 70. Like 67 is the average.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should not say anymore if you don't want your channel to get struck.
I know, yes, I know. Not more of that. There's others I could say about some things that are happening in Georgia right about now.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That basically people said, no, you're lying. Never happened. And now we know it did happen.
Funny how all those things turn out to be exactly true. And everybody knew it was true at the same time. It was just like, oh no, sorry, you can't even talk about it. And look, we won. It's like, nope, you didn't win. You just didn't. You just ignored it. You just stonewalled. It's like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, there was no judge that wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
There's a reckoning that needs to happen there.
Oh yeah.
I better stop.
Nah, it's okay. It's all right. As long as we just keep it calm to the point. But hey, listen, this is 2025. We're leaving 2025. This is all the crap that was, behind us right now.
Yeah.
Early on before you guys got here, I was talking about retail. I was saying like, the insanity that, was it Black Friday is not the worst. Day before Christmas is not the worst. It is the day after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is people decides to empty out their closets of things that they've bought a while back. We're not talking a year. We're talking like maybe 2-3 years that's been sitting in their closet. Either they wore it once or twice, or they wore it a bunch of times and they said, well, I don't need it anymore. I'm going to return it.
I didn't think about that, but I guess you're probably right. Yeah, that's.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah,
it happens all the time. Because basically, it's like I said. There was once, and the worst part is, some people will bring back stuff to the wrong store.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's certain like Macy's and a couple other companies have their own house brands.
Right.
One year that I was working in one particular store, someone brought in something that belonged to Macy's. The woman swore up and down that she bought it at the store I worked at. I said, ma'am, if you got a receipt, bring me a receipt. I'll return it for you if you have a receipt that states that this product was purchased in this store.
Uh-huh.
If you don't have it, we never sold this. And my manager came over and she goes like, nope, we never sold this. Said, well, how do you know it's from Macy's? I said, because it's their brand. Nobody sells it other than them. It's the same way, like, what is it? Like Kohl's has Simply Vera Wang. You can't take that and return that to Macy's.
Right.
Even though they might have the Vera Wang name in the store, but that's not Simply Vera Wang, which is a totally different product.
Yeah. Well, Snob, do you guys have products up there in the Great White North?
Yes, we have products.
Oh, okay. You have stores and everything like.
Yes.
Okay.
Most of them are temporary because they're made out of ice. So.
Oh, okay, sure.
They do melt in the summer, and then people just put up like a tent, like a shade over top, and then they sell their stuff. But in the winter, they make igloo type things. So
that makes sense. That's probably economical.
Use what you got, man.
Right. Well, I'm not knocking it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I saw the last of your advent calendar.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today,
You're one of the few people who did. It's been real weird. It was like, it was down to like, the maybe 50, kind of thing. And then it jumped up to 200 for one episode and then back down to like 30 or something. It's like, I mean, it's got to be an algorithm thing, right? I mean,
it's an algorithm. It never shows up for me. It never shows up at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird, man. You can't. Who knows how it works?
Yeah, like sometimes it doesn't show up at all, and I go like, wait a minute, did I see the advent calendar for today? And then suddenly it shows up in my suggested listing, and that's like toward the end of the day.
Yeah, because you put them all out right at like 1 or midnight or something.
Yeah, 12:01 my time. Every night, same thing the whole time. And I'm sort of looking at that. December 22nd, you had 241 views, and then the one after that had 36.
Yeah,
and then 67, and then your 25th, all of your tools 128. It's just
well for no offense for that channel, not too bad of views. I mean, it's a lot better than Top Lofty's been getting, right?
No, it's doing pretty good. It did pretty good.
Yeah. But now, if you're interested in those, last I looked, you can get the advent calendar for about $65, which for high quality tools, not too bad for what's in there.
I was telling Snob I got this for Christmas. Bring it up again.
Oh yeah, I saw that as I was coming in.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I would. So this is, well, I don't know what Atari the company is these days, but back in the day, I was, the people like Commodore and stuff. I was a diehard Atari fan for the computers. I mean,
yeah, no, this is like the original games and stuff like that.
Okay.
Onto there, the old Missile Command from that period, the Pac-Man from that period. There's tons of. Well, it's the Atari 2600, 5800, 7800, and the Atari Arcade is all in this unit. And then you have other companies, Pinka, I think it's Pinka. There's also, what is it, Balls of Steel, which is a pinball company, is also in this. Also, you have like several pinball boards on here, which is like about 6 or 7. But it's fun. I've been enjoying it. Cool. It's a nice little piece on there for $180. What it costs, that is well worth. It's well worth the price, considering there's like a lot of others from other companies that are well over like 300. They're like tabletop ones that like bar table ones, and they're like $300-$400. The only major difference is that you can get cartridges for them also to add on.
Yeah,
they got some good games.
So
I'm looking at one now by Everclear. I think it's Everclear. Yeah, basically has one that the prices dropped down to about 200.
Can you? Is it just one player that you have to use the pad there for the controls, or can you put in another controller somehow?
No, you can buy other controllers. They just released other controllers for it.
Okay.
There's like other controllers for it. You can do. There are games in there that are 2-player games.
Okay. And they're just USB or something plug into that. Or?
Yeah, USB on there, I believe, on there. To the point. Well, it has Wi-Fi. It has Wi-Fi capability also.
Oh, okay.
So cool. I think it might even link up on the Wi-Fi. So basically, they have what is it? They have 3 sets of controllers coming out now. They're going to release the original Atari 2600 controllers also for this unit, and this unit will plug into a flat screen.
Nice. Yeah, we would have killed for that back in the day.
Still available. Still available. Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah. So Yeah, because my wife got it. It was like, oh yeah, cool. Look what I got. She goes, "You're going to disappear in your office for a while, aren't you?" I said, "No, no, no. I'm going to play it out here, and we'll still watch movies."
Yeah, you don't want to be unsociable, right?
Right, exactly. Exactly. So right now it's in the drawer in the bedroom. So I left it in there charging.
There you go.
Needed a full charge. So I mean, it came partially charged, like I think about 60% charged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it a full charge because I took it down almost to zero. So I'm just giving it a full refresh
Gotcha.
or anything else. Plus, I saw the freaking, especially since Arcade One Up just got sold, they just dropped the freaking price on Mortal Kombat from $500 to $284.
Wow. So what are they? They got sold to who?
What is it? What's the name of that company? Hang on, I forgot their weird name. Let's see. And the thing is, it's not the whole. I think it's not the entire company. I think it's only like sections of it. Where are we? Basic Fun.
Huh.
They got sold too.
I got one of their machines. I got the one that had Gauntlet on it, and then Rampage, and it was 4 games altogether. I'm trying to remember what the other ones were.
Yeah, I'm looking up here now. It says Mortal Kombat 2, 13 games, $284. The Pac-Man 13 game one, 284. Miss Pac-Man 284. The cabinet risers gone from 60 to 39. NBA Jam, which is like the most popular one, has gone down to 400, and at Best Buy you can get it for 350. Fast and Furious has come down from 600 to 500. The Deluxe Pac-Man, which has 14 games, 450. The Miss Pac-Man / Galaga one is 450. What is it? Oh, these are the counter ones. Miss Pac-Man Galaga, 3 games, 130, and the counter one Pac-Man, 130.
Huh.
And that's since they got bought over. So, hopefully they'll come down further. I mean, I want them to come down to freaking $100 like that. What happened for at one point? Because they were down to $100 at one point at Walmart.
Huh.
I don't know if it was Walmart trying to get rid of inventory.
Yeah, probably.
But it was like $100 for one of those units. Jesus Christ, I'd buy 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't know where to. It's like how am I going to put this thing?
So, what are your plans for the weekend, gentlemen?
Well, apparently I got 2 shows to do on Sunday.
Yeah, to it.
Well, go right ahead. Introduce it.
Yeah, Snob, why don't you introduce it?
No. Let's start with you.
Oh, okay. We've got Tennessee Tabletop Tavern and Sci-Fi for Me simulcast of Bad News Bards at 9 Eastern. I have no idea what the topic is. Jeff was talking about he might get an interview, but I haven't heard from him. He's probably been busy with the holidays. So I don't know. I just kind of show up and spout, whatever comes to mind. So I have no idea what you're doing. And then 2 hours after that show starts is Top Lofty Lounge, which I do know what we're supposed to be doing for that.
Hold on. We might not do that.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm just trying to, I'm rethinking the show, right? Like, I'm trying to figure out what I should be.
I'm rethinking my life.
I'd really like to make it an annual thing, but maybe it'd be good if we used it. We go to friends of the show and have each of them do a short bit on the best, instead of you and I figuring out the best sci-fi X of whatever the whole year. Maybe we could go to people who are experts in those areas.
Okay.
Like Dean for RPGs, for example, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But I have to, it's not much. There's only 2 days. There's not much time. I got to think about it. So maybe I put it back. Maybe I push it back until a week or two, and then try to organize it and figure out how the best way to do it.
Okay.
But always
Wednesday?
fighting with this stuff. Wednesday. Wednesday we're still gonna do. You got your memes ready?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up on them.
How many do you got?
20.
20. Ooh, that's pretty good. I think I have about 12 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So for those of you who haven't realized it yet, instead of the retrospective, because basically it is the holidays, the Babylon 5 retrospective will be replaced by New Year memes.
Well, just any memes. They don't have to be about New Year's per se.
Yeah, not New Year's, but it's going to be Babylon 5 memes mostly.
Yes.
Memes for the new year.
No, just
memes for Babylon 5.
Right, but I'm saying it's for the new year. You're at the new year.
Right, which it'll be live New Year's Eve, Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. So we'll be ringing in the new year on the East Coast first and going across down the line.
And, bring some drinks in and, relax.
And then once again, as we announced earlier, special time, January 28, 8 p.m. Eastern, Babylon 5 retrospective event. Special guest star from the Babylon 5 TV series. We're not telling you yet. We will be telling you on Jan 7th. The 7th of January.
Yes, that's right.
We will let you know on January 7th. Tune in. We will tell you who's that Babylon 5.
Who that brave person, that kind, brave person might be.
Right. And also, don't forget to subscribe and be able to find out how you can be part of the Q&A. We will be opening our Discord servers to those out there. And basically, you'll be able to leave a question for this star or technical person or director or whoever they are. You'll be able to ask them a question from the series. So basically, be prepared. Get your questions ready because we'll be looking for them. We will announce where the server will be once on the 7th when that begins.
Yeah, so I mean, we're just going to go through all the questions, and we have our own questions, and if somebody in the audience has a good question, we'll when we read that one off, we'll give them the credit. Hey, this question is from so and so. So yeah, it'll be good.
Yep,
it's pretty straightforward and simple.
So, and of course, Cuticast TV will be back next year. I mean, we got one more video coming up this week. It's a very short one, but it's a Staten Island one, so do check that one out. That's going to be on Tuesday, I think it is. I don't think I've scheduled it yet. But Cuticast will be returning back in the new year, so look forward to it. That'll be the Man with the Show, Man Cafe, and Otaco Thursday on there. So all three shows will be returning back in the new year with a lot of fun, a lot of stuff that are on there, and more things that we're working on, and some more collaborations, hopefully, in the near future.
Cool. Right on.
All right. So we're going to say goodbye. We're going to call this. We're already at 2 hours. So let's call it for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those who've tuned in afterwards on there on YouTube, Rumble, and on X. We'll see you there. If we don't catch you then, have a happy and safe new year. Don't drink too much out there. You can have a little liquor. Just don't overdo it. And be sure to don't drink and drive. Be sure to do your drinking first. And then, I'm sorry. Doing an old George Carlin joke. But no, drinking and driving is not good. Not a good mix onto there. So don't do it. Get yourself an Uber or something to that nature. So until next time, say goodbye, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem.